Now I would like to request the last speaker of this program, Dr. S. Guru Prasad ji, the outstanding scientist and director of RNDE, the Government of India, Pune. Most respected Dr. S. Guru Prasad ji.
उपस्थित dignitaries, and then my very dearest brothers and sisters of Brahma Kumaris. It is a true blessing for me to be present on this occasion, because it is something which is very unique, very, very rare in one's lifetime, to participate in a celebration of a centenary of a Mahatma. I think all of us are fortunate to be present for this particular occasion. Many saints have come in this holy land of India. There are many, many saints. And it is such a way God has provided the providence that the mankind is always guided. And we are very fortunate today to have Dadi Janki ji and the fraternity of Brahma Kumaris, who are leading light in the field of spirituality. I am a scientist, technologist. Many of my friends ask me this question, how do you believe in God? Scientists are supposed to be non-believers, atheists. I tell them, I believe in God because I am a scientist, because I am a technologist, because I know if you watch this entire world, the existence of the world, it is not an occurrence. It is not by some chance. It is by creation. Something it has been created. This becomes very, very clear. There is no proof required for existence of God. It is the proof is absolute. It is available to you. The whole nature, wherever you see, you will see tremendous intelligence, the tremendous amount of knowledge in the nature. Whatever creation you see, for example, a typical mango tree, and once in a year it flowers and gives the fruit, and it knows the exact season when to do that. There is no, like you and me, it doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have, probably we don't know whether it has got a conscience or not, but it happens. How does it know? Where is the clock? Like that, there are hundreds of examples. And then you also, if you observe a hummingbird which is fluttering its wings and at the same time sucking the honey from a flower, it is fluttering the wings at a speed of around 60 times per second. You cannot see the wing, literally. It is very fast. At the same time, if you watch his head and beak, it is absolutely still. There is no sign of any motion. How it is stable? Being a technologist, I can tell man can never make such a system. So what it shows is the tremendous supreme intelligence is pervading the whole universe. Wherever you see, it becomes evident. And it is for a purpose, and that is the absolute proof of the supreme intelligence, that is God. And 25 years back, one day my mother, she attended some program in Mount Abu. She came back home and she told about what is taught in Mount Abu, what is this Brahma Kumaris, what is that they are teaching, how they are transforming. To learn about it, it was very amazing. I have been a skeptic, I have been a seeker, I have been also, I see everything in the lens of the evidence and scientific proof. But then what appealed to me is everything cannot be understood by intellect. It is something which is more than that which is required. Then I also attended a two-day session conducted by Shivani Behan, and that was really a opening type of session to understand how this system, what is being taught. I have also gone through a number of scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, and there are many saints who have reinterpreted, who have given the meaning of all the spiritual knowledge, like Sant Gnaneshwar Maharaj Mauli, he has written the Gnaneshwari, and if you read that, the entire knowledge, spiritual knowledge, is condensed into that in that book. And finally, what all the saints are talking about is not about intellect; it is about devotion, bhakti, and which is also prem. I think that is what central to the preachings of Brahma Kumaris. If you see any Brahma Kumari, what you immediately notice in their face is a kind of tej which is there, which is nothing but expression of pure love, and also a sort of being in happy within themselves. That is which is very, very appealing to me, and which always draws me towards this. If you observe the nature, the diversity is very evident. There is, if you take a tree and pluck all the trees and examine each and every leaf, you will find each and every leaf in the tree is different. And even if you continue to do many years, you will not find another leaf which is same. That is the beauty of this creation. And same is true when man has created mankind. He has provided that diversity, so many races, so many castes and creeds, and this is all not by chance. He did not create a boring one mold and make all the human beings. He created the human beings to be unique, each one of us. And then he is sitting inside, he is providing us, he is guiding us. And what is more important is to understand there is diversity, accept it. At the same time, there is no need of hankering about the differences. There will be many religious thoughts, there are many religious thinkers. What is required? What is the core? The core is what Brahma Kumari teaches, the prem. And then, if you want to go, I will just give an example. There are many paths you can follow. You can follow the path of love and devotion, like Brahma Kumaris do. You can follow, you can pursue the knowledge, whatever you follow. What the saints have told is follow the prem ka marg. I think I am grateful to the organization, especially I am grateful to Shaila Didi and Arun Bhai, who keep visiting my lab, meeting our scientists, and also to me personally, they are very dear to me, because by looking at their bright faces, by listening to their knowledge, whatever they give, my day is made, and I thank each one of in the organization. I am, apart from being a scientist, I am also a cricket player, and Dadi has just now hit a century, and I wish Dadi will make a double century. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Dr. S. Guru Prasad ji.